Hey everybody, welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. You can follow me online by going to Rumble and typing in rumble.com/Mark Parham, and I should pop up. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, now it's X, and just put in Mark Parham underscore, and I should also pop up there too. So I look at a lot of news on television, and one of the things that it's not shocking to me, but it's sort of weird, is that the Democrats or people who are liberals, just the Democrats, anytime somebody brings up, illegal immigration and fixing, what's going on with the borders and all this other stuff, Democrats get so offended. Like anytime somebody says, oh, well, Donald Trump is deporting illegal immigrants. It's like, you look at their face, you look at how the tone in their voice. It's like they get so mad that Donald Trump is coming in there in trying to secure the border. He's trying to deport illegal immigrants, people actually that don't have a right to be in America. And you think about it, right now, if you wanted to cross the border and to go into, let's say, China, you would be put in jail. But you notice when it comes to America, it's this sort of double standard where everybody has to, Americans have to have all this compassion. And I think Donald Trump is doing a great job. He's sending a message that no, it's not going to be okay for you to come to America and get free health care, free transportation, get a place to live. Like, that's just wrong. Especially when we have people in America that are struggling, especially when we have, homeless veterans that are on the streets. It's Donald Trump is sending a very clear message, and I'm happy he's doing it. Finally, somebody is doing it because the Democrats just have this love affair with illegal immigrants, it seems. It's like these are people, men and women, that aren't supposed to be in the country. Like, you're illegal. The key word, illegal. If you want to become an American citizen, get your paperwork straight and then try to come to America and become a citizen. Don't say, well, I'm going to cross the border tomorrow and then somebody's supposed to help me out. And the interesting thing is that a lot of these churches are helping these folks. And it's crazy because these churches won't even help homeless veterans. Like, if these church groups and faith leaders, if they spend all this time, the time they spend on illegal immigrants, if they spent that time on helping, military families, amazing things would happen. It's just so interesting because we're in a country where you have American veterans, war veterans that are complaining about health care and having a place to live. And the Democrats don't, it doesn't move them. It doesn't, compel them to do anything. But an illegal immigrant having a complaint or being in a situation, it's just like they'll go on the television and say, oh, well, we're not going to allow this and we're going to resist. That's the key word. They always say, we're going to resist this and Donald Trump and all this other stuff. And it's just like, shouldn't the Democrats be concerned about Americans, especially, people that have fought in the war, that have, fought and died for us to have this, country we call America? Like, shouldn't that be the priority? And it's so weird to me. And, I think that, with the elections and stuff, I think they thought, well, you know what, we'll just have as many illegal immigrants come to America and then that'll put Democrats in power. I think they were, thinking, well, if a bunch of immigrants come in from Latin America and these foreign countries and stuff, maybe that will help put Democrats in power. Because I think some of the Democrats were thinking, oh, well, the illegal immigrants are automatically going to vote for us. And all that did was make more Americans vote for Donald Trump. Like, one of the reasons why Donald Trump won the election is because of illegal immigration. Like, I'm not saying it's the only reason, but that was a huge reason. It's probably like one of the number one or number two things that people were thinking about in America. And it's actually turned some Democrats into Republicans now, because they're saying, well, wait a minute, we should have compassion to people and all this other stuff, but you have to, follow a process. You have to, there has to be, some things in place so we at least know who you are when you cross the border. So we at least, see that you're doing things the right way. not just coming here, waking up tomorrow and saying, well, I have a dream to come to America and coming to America and using, American resources. Like, people are saying, well, wait a minute, this stuff doesn't make sense. And it really doesn't. And, I tell people like this: if you have a home or apartment, you wouldn't just leave your door open. Like, only a fool would do. I don't care how safe your neighborhood is. You wouldn't just leave your door wide open in the middle of in the middle of the night. So why are some of these Democrats angry that Donald Trump and Republicans want to close the border? And the crazy thing about it is, the same Democrats will live in a place like California, and they have gates. They're on gated. They live in. Some of them live in. Or some of these donors and some of these people who support the Democrats. They live in areas where there's mansions, and they're gated mansions. Like, these aren't mansions that are accessible to everybody. They have gates and security and all this other stuff. And why is it wrong for the American people to want a border wall? Like, a barrier so people can't just enter. Just like these people with their mansions in California, they have barriers so people from the streets can't just come into their yard and all this other stuff. Why is it bad for Americans to want the same thing for America, for our southern border? And so it's weird to me. I think that, it's one of the reasons why, if Democrats don't wake up and have some common sense, they're going to keep losing in 2028 with the presidential election. And they're just going to keep losing Senate seats. And I think a lot of this stuff is going to be the reason why more people join the Republican Party. I mean, even, someone in my position, I used to be a Democrat. I used to be a Democrat back in the days. I've switched over to become a Republican. I saw what Donald Trump was doing. I saw that he was somebody who was serious with, stopping crime and stopping millions of people from coming across the border. And I'm like, the American border. And I'm like, you know what? This guy's making sense. And so, we're in a time now where Democrats, if they want to win some elections, they've got to wake up. And the crazy thing, back in the days, when you look at the old videos of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, they were for border security. Like, if you look at Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama sounded like Republicans now. If you took, how they were speaking about immigration back in the days, you would say, wait a minute, is that a Republican? That's how serious they were about immigration back then. And now it's just like, you say anything about closing the border, it's like a evil word or something. It's like, oh my God, you can't say that. I don't know where that comes from. So I think with Donald Trump coming in office, he's setting a standard, and whoever's going to run for president in 2028 or, whenever, in America, they're going to really have to, from, now on, say, we're going to take border security very seriously. I think now it's not something where, people are like, oh, well, it's not really a concern. No, I think this is going to rank up there with the economy, because people crossing the border does affect our economy. People using American resources, using, money from taxpayers and things like that, it does affect normal Americans. So this is also an economic issue. It's a national security issue. And it's something I think going forward in 2028, and whoever runs in, whatever years they run in to be the president, or if you're in Senate, whatever you're trying to do in politics, you're really going to have to address the border. And anybody who's weak on immigration going forward is not going to be elected, because I think people have reached a boiling point. We've been nice enough to all these illegal immigrants. I mean, some of these illegal immigrants live better than, you and I, or not even just you and I, but, normal people that are out here working and struggling half the day. I mean, you see some of these folks with cars and free apartments and money, and it's ridiculous. And so, again, let me know how you feel in the comment section. But it's just amazing to me that Democrats, go out of their way to stand up for illegal immigrants while, our American war veterans are treated like garbage. So in the comment section, let me know how you feel about this topic. And then also, if you can, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me, like I said, on Rumble. Just type in rumble.com/Mark Parham, and I should pop up. And then also I'm on Twitter. Now it's x.com/Mark Parham_. And I should pop up there. So thank you.